All right. It is day, let me highlight on my list, day 11, 33 to 35. Let's get after it. Yesterday was a lot of drama. Now we're going to see Esau and them get together. So let's get after it.
And there was Esau coming with
Look
his
up.
400 men. So
With
he
400
divided the
killers.
children among Leah, Rachel, and the 2 female servants.
My goodness. At least he thinks they're 400
Put
killers.
the female servants and their children in front.
He thinks Esau's
Leah
about
and
to
her children next,
kill him for what he
and
did.
Rachel and Joseph in the rear. He himself went on ahead and bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. But Esau ran to meet Jacob.
So he's bowing down as a sign of humility, respect, and honor.
Kissed him, and they wept.
Letting him know you are in charge, buddy.
Then Esau looked up and saw the women and children. "Who are these with you?" he asked. Jacob answered, "They are the children God has graciously
So
given your
Esau
servant."
hugged them and loved them.
Then the female servants and their children
Jacob,
approached
now
and
called
bowed
Israel because
down.
God changed his name. Isn't buying it though.
Next, Leah and her children came and bowed down. Last of all came Joseph and Rachel, and they too bowed down. Esau asked, "What's the meaning of all these flocks and herds I met?" "To find favor in your eyes, my lord," he said. But Esau said, "I already have plenty, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself." "No, please."
Jacob was like,
said
nah,
Jacob.
nah, you
"If I
keep
found
him, man.
favor in your
We good,
eyes,
right?
Accept this gift from me.
We
For to
good, we
see your
good.
face
If I
as
found
I've seen
favor with
the
you, we
face
all
of
right?
God, now that you have received me
Go
favor.
ahead and take all of this. This is yours.
Please accept the present that was brought to you, for God has been gracious to me, and I have all I need." And because Jacob insisted, Esau accepted it.
Yeah, Jacob was going to insist. Jacob likes being
Then
alive.
Esau said, "Let us be on our way. I'll accompany you." But Jacob said to him, "My lord knows that the children are tender, and that I must
Nah,
care
you don't
for
have
the
to accompany
ewes
me.
and
We
cows that
good,
are
we
nursing
good."
their young. If they are driven hard just one day, all the animals will die. So let my lord go on ahead of his servant, while I move along slowly at the pace of the flocks and herds before me, and the pace of the children, until I come to my lord in Seir."
He says, man, we can't move
Esau
too
said,
fast. You know, I got
"Then
little
let me
kids
leave some of
and
my men with you."
let us.
"But why do that?" Jacob asked. "Just
don't
let
have to
me
ride
find
together."
favor in the eyes of my lord."
He's like, and then now Esau's
So
like,
that
well, let me
day
leave
Esau
some men
started on
with
his
you.
way
Make sure
back
you
to
good. He's
Seir.
like, no, you ain't got to do that. Let me find favor with you, man. Let me
Jacob,
live.
however, went to Succoth, where he built a place for himself and made shelters for his livestock. That
So
is
yeah,
why the
so he's
place
supposed
is
to meet
called
back up with his
Succoth.
brother, but they went to another place. He went somewhere else and
After
built the
Jacob
whole
came
city.
from Padan Aram, he arrived safely in the city of Shechem in Canaan and camped within sight of the city. For 100 pieces of silver, he bought from the sons of Hamor, the father of Shechem, the plot of ground where he pitched his tent. There he set up an altar and called it El Elohe Israel. Now Dinah, the daughter Leah had borne to Jacob, went out to visit the women of the land. When Shechem, son of Hamor the Hivite, the ruler of that area, saw her, he took her and raped her. His heart was drawn to Dinah, daughter of Jacob.
So
He
this
loved
is
the young woman and spoke
where
tenderly
it
to
gets
her.
violent. So after they leave Succoth,
And Shechem
they go to
said his
Padan
father
Aram.
Hamor, "Get me this girl as
And
my wife."
they're going, you know, in the other people's
When
territories.
Jacob heard that his daughter Dinah had been defiled, his sons were in the fields with his livestock, so he did
Around
nothing
other
about
people.
it until they came home.
So his sons are out working in the fields.
Then
Jacob's
Shechem's
older
father
now.
Hamor
Jacob's a
went
lot
out to
older to the
talk
point where
with
his sons
Jacob.
are older and they're working the fields. And
Meanwhile,
one of his
Jacob's
daughters
sons
gets
had come in
raped.
from the fields as soon as they heard what had happened. They were shocked and furious because Shechem had done an outrageous thing in Israel by sleeping with Jacob's daughter, a thing that should not be done.
So clearly they're
But
not,
Hamor
her
said to
brothers are
them, "My son
on
Shechem
fire
has
hot.
his heart set on your daughter. Please give her to him as his wife. Intermarry with us. Give us your daughters and take our daughters for yourselves.
So the leader of that people, it
You
was
can
his
settle among
son
us.
that
The
raped
land is
Dinah, or
open to
Dinah.
you. Live in it.
And he's
trade
saying,
in
listen,
it,
man, we don't want any
acquire
problems.
property in it."
My son did this the wrong way. Can he just marry your daughter and
Then
this be
Shechem said to
good?
Dinah's father and brothers, "Let me find favor in your eyes, and I will give you whatever you ask.
We'll pay whatever bride
Make the price
price.
for the bride and the gift I am to bring as great as you like, and I'll pay whatever you ask me.
He says, I know this
Only
was done
give me the
wrong.
young woman as
You
my
pay,
wife."
you double it, you triple it, and I'll
Because
pay
their
it.
sister Dinah had been defiled, Jacob's sons replied deceitfully as they spoke to Shechem and his father Hamor. They said to them, "We can't do such a thing. We can't give our sister to a man who is not circumcised. That would be a disgrace to us. We will enter into an agreement with you on one condition only, that you become like us by circumcising all your males. Then we will give you our daughters and take your daughters for ourselves. We'll settle among you and become one people with you. But if you will not agree to be circumcised, we'll take our sister and go." Their proposal seemed good to Hamor and his son Shechem.
Yeah, to them, it's like, oh, we ain't got to give you a
The
bunch of
young
money,
man,
just get
who was the
circumcised.
most
Cool.
honored of all his father's family, lost no time in doing what they said, because he was delighted with Jacob's daughter. So Hamor and his son Shechem went to the gate of their city to speak to the men of their city.
So now they got to convince all the men to get circumcised.
"These men are friendly toward us," they said. "Let them live in our land and trade in it. The land has plenty of room for them. We can marry their daughters, and they can marry ours. But the men will agree to live with us as one people only on the condition that our males be circumcised, as they themselves are. Won't their livestock, their property, and all their other animals become ours? So let us agree to their terms, and they will settle among us." All the men who went out of the city gate agreed with Hamor and his son Shechem, and every male in the city was circumcised. Three days later, while all of them were still in pain, two of Jacob's sons
So this is where it's about to get treacherous. They were tricking them when they
attacked
said,
the unsuspecting city,
let's
killing every male.
circumcise them and we can all be one people.
They put
So while all the
Hamor
men
and
were
son
hurting
Shechem
because
to
they
the
gotten
sword
circumcised
took
and it's
Dinah
raw
from
and,
Shechem's house
you know, need I
and
say
left.
more? So it was a trick to put them down so they could come and slaughter them for
Jacob
what they
came
did to their
upon the
sister.
dead bodies and
was
looted
a
the
trick,
city
but
where their sister had been
Jacob was about to be
defiled.
furious.
They seized their flocks and herds and donkeys and everything else of theirs in the city and out in the fields. They carried off all their wealth and all their women and children, taking as plunder everything in the houses. Then Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, "You have brought trouble on me by making me obnoxious to the Canaanites
Now the
and
sons did this
Perizzites,
without
the people
Jacob
living in
knowing.
this land. We are few in number, and if they join forces against me and attack me, I and my household will be destroyed." But they replied, "Should he have treated our sister like a prostitute?" Then God said to Jacob,
Drama.
"Go up
So
to
the sons
Bethel
done
and
killed
settle
all the
there, and build an
them
altar
boys.
there to God, who appeared to
Not
you
just the
when you
one
were
that
fleeing
raped
from your brother
their sister,
Esau.
but their whole clan.
So Jacob said to his
And now they have to
household and
flee
to all who were
that
with
land
him, get rid
before,
of the foreign
you know,
gods you have with
the
you,
people find
and
out and kill them,
purify
because they're
yourselves
foreigners in
and
that
change your
land. That's not their
clothes.
land.
Then come, let us go up to Bethel, where I
So they have
built
to
an
get out of
altar
there.
to God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and who has been with me wherever I have gone. So they gave Jacob all the foreign gods they had, and the rings in their ears, and Jacob buried them under the oak at Shechem. Then they set out, and the terror of God fell on the towns all around them, so that no one pursued them. Jacob and all the people with him came to Luz.
So they're on the
that
run,
is
but God was
Bethel,
still
in
with
the land of
Jacob.
Canaan.
Even though his sons did something crazy, not so
There he
good, God
built
was
an
with them so that
altar,
the
and
other
he called the
Canaanites
place
and
El
Perizzites didn't
Bethel,
attack him.
because it was there that God revealed
he was able to
himself
leave.
him when he was fleeing from his brother. Now Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died and was buried under the oak outside Bethel, so it was named Allon Bacuth. After Jacob returned from Padan Aram, God appeared to him again and blessed him. God said to him, "Your name is Jacob, but you will no longer be called Jacob. Your name will be Israel." So he named him Israel. And God said to him, "I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and increase
Allon
in
Bacuth.
number. A nation and
Oak
a
of
community of
weeping.
nations will come from you, and kings will be among your descendants. The land I gave to Abraham and Isaac, I also give to
Once
you,
again,
and I will give this
holding
land
up
to
that
your
promise that he made
descendants
to
after
Abraham.
you." Then God went up from him at the place where he had talked with him. Jacob set up a stone pillar at the place where God had talked with him, and he poured out a drink
I have the
offering
paper
on
over
it.
here
He also poured oil on it.
with the days on it. So if you see me
Jacob
looking over
called
here,
the place where God had talked
I'm not
with
staring
him
off into space.
Bethel. Then they moved on from Bethel. While they were still some distance from Ephrath, Rachel began to give birth and had great difficulty. And as she was having great difficulty in childbirth, the midwife said to her, "Don't despair, for you have another son." As she breathed her last, for she was dying, she named her son Ben-Oni, but his father named him Benjamin. So Rachel died
Ben-Oni
and
is
was
like
buried on the way
son
to
of my
Ephrath,
suffering, I think,
that
something
is
like that.
Bethlehem. Over her tomb, Jacob set up
Yeah,
a
son of
pillar,
my trouble.
and to this day that pillar marks
So
Rachel's
Rachel,
tomb.
she realizes that her last baby is about
Israel
to
moved
kill
on
her.
again and pitched
She's about
his
to die
tent
giving birth,
beyond
so she calls him
Migdal-Eder.
Ben-Oni or Benoni. Ben-Oni
While
means
Israel was
son
living
of
in that
trouble.
region,
But
Reuben
you know,
went to him
Jacob
and
like,
slept
I'm
with
not
his father's concubine,
going to name my son that.
Bilhah,
So he
and
renames him
Israel heard
from
of it.
Ben-Oni to Benjamin,
Jacob
which
had
means son of my
12
right
sons.
hand.
The sons of Leah: Reuben, the firstborn of Jacob; Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel:
Yep.
Joseph, of Rachel's servant Bilhah, Dan, and Naphtali.
Which still were
The sons
considered
of Leah's servant Zilpah,
Rachel's,
Gad,
Dan and Naphtali.
Asher. These were the sons of Jacob,
Zilpah,
who were born
Gad,
to
and
him
Asher.
in Padan Aram. Jacob Arba, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had stayed. Isaac lived 180 years. Then he breathed his last and died.
Jacob, now called
and was gathered
oh
to
no,
his
that's
people,
Isaac.
old and full of years.
That's
and his
Jacob's
sons
dad.
Esau and Jacob buried him.
So yeah, this is a big one. So Isaac lived, it said, 180 years. Then he breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people, old and full of years. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. So when he died, they came together and buried him. So he was not doing so good, and I guess going blind, and he left a blessing to Jacob, who he thought was Esau. Esau tries to kill him when he found out he steals his blessing and his birthright. Jacob flees, works for Laban, a bigger trickster than him, for like 20 years to get Rachel and Leah, his wives, and get some sheep, which and livestock, which was money. And then he bounced, runs into Esau, begs him for forgiveness. Then goes to Succoth, makes a little village. Then eventually winds up in Padam Aram, and has the rest of his children, or has his children are bigger, but kind of lives out a good bit of his life. You know, his Rebecca, his wife's servant, dies, and he buries her at the tree of weeping. And so a lot goes on in Padam Aram, and he's still carrying the blessings of God. So, all right, this is good stuff, guys. Make sure you go back and actually read those chapters, or read before, however you want to do it. Make sure you're commenting and posting every day in the group what you read in the Rooted group. All right, I love you. God bless you, and stay rooted.